Manchester City boss Pep Guardiola has accused his Manchester United counterpart Ole Gunnar Solskjaer of trying to influence referee Andre Marriner ahead of Wednesday's Manchester derby. Guardiola hit back at claims from Solskjaer that City players avoid bookings for making tactical fouls as a row broke out on the eve of the crucial Old Trafford derby. With the Blues needing a win to take a significant step towards retaining their Premier League title and United determined to bounce back from a 4-0 thumping at Everton at the weekend, while also re-establishing their hopes of a top 4 finish, the stakes are high ahead of the derby. Solskjaer spoke to the press first on Tuesday and said City will snap at your ankles and heels and kick you to prevent teams from counter-attacking on them. You don't get the yellow cards, do you? Solskjaer added when asked if City's players weren't sufficiently punished by the officials. But that's just because they commit so many players forward, and you can clearly see that they've got them in that mold of trying to win the ball back, and they do make fouls. When the Norwegian's comments were put to Guardiola in his own press conference on Tuesday afternoon, the City boss looked stunned. He defended his team's approach and insisted he had never told any player in any of his teams, at City, Bayern Munich or Barcelona, to commit fouls. Asked if he was worried that Solskjaer's comments would influence Marriner, Guardiola said, "That's the reason why, of course." City officials were understood to be bemused at Solskjaer's comments and questioned why he had raised the issue when the stats show United have committed more fouls this season, received more yellow cards and more red cards. Guardiola was certainly surprised when Solskjaer's suggestion was put to him, replying ironically that it's difficult to commit fouls when his side have 65 or 70% of possession. The City boss was asked if he was offended by Solskjaer's comments and said, "I don't like it." "I don't like it. No. My team is not built to think and create for that, not at all." Many pundits have previously questioned the way City players, usually Fernandinho at the base of midfield, stop the opposition from breaking on them with tactical fouls. But the stats show City commit the fewest fouls per game, and Guardiola insisted his conscience was clear on the issue. "I never prepare a game in 10 seasons as a manager thinking about these kind of things. Never," he said. "The players can talk about it better than me. The players I had at Barcelona, Bayern Munich and here, one of the targets is about the counter-attacks for the opponents making fouls. Never have I said to one player to make fouls to avoid something for the other ones." Football, sometimes you do that, because football, the actions is quick, fast. But I'm concerned about many other things about the game, to have to play to beat them than these kind of things, so I don't know. Maybe tomorrow in the press conference after the game you can ask him again about that. Guardiola added that any perceived tactical fouling from his players was merely accidental. "I know exactly what I said to my players from day one to the last day," he said. "So when a player wants to attack, we have to be honest, and of course there is contact, there are fouls, but when it happens, and you arrive late, and that is why there are referees, to make yellow cards or red cards, or whatever they decide."